For today's video, the post-game reaction, Vikings lose to the Green Bay Packers. Let me actually rephrase that. Vikings get the shit kicked out of them at Lambeau Field by the Green Bay Packers. Normally, I'll do a statistical breakdown, the differentials and third down conversions, and then players that stuck out, players that did well, players that were completely awful. But I'm not even going to do all that. I will break down the end of two specific drives that are relevant to point out, but that's about it. It's not worth going any deeper than that because the Vikings are a total waste of time. They are, despite being one of the more talented rosters in the game, they are the worst team in football. Let's start with the quarterback. J.J. McCarthy was bad. All I've wanted to see was some sort of progression on a game-by-game basis, whether it's a win or a loss as the result. As long as you can show consistently that you're getting the hang of this sport at the professional level, I'm good with it. But unfortunately, we have not seen much progression lately. We've seen nothing but regression to the fact where, oh, he needs his reps. He needs his reps. He's not going to get any better if he doesn't get his reps. Well, I would say, shouldn't there be a basic level of entry to be qualified to even be deserving of getting reps? I understand that first-year starting quarterbacks, they are going to struggle, but this dude is awful. This dude was terrible today. What did he throw? 3 interceptions? It doesn't even matter. That, you know what? I would like to see Max Brosmer, but also I don't want to see Max Brosmer because of the leadership of this organization, this coaching staff. Quite frankly, even though I do believe that Max Brosmer would be a better quarterback for this team right now, and although that you're going to give J.J. McCarthy all the reps that he can possibly get, I don't want to see Max Brosmer waste his talent with this coaching staff. The way that they have handled this team and the fact that they are never prepared going up against a team that's okay, not great, and you got the shit kicked out of you. You looked weak. You looked soft. The Packers, they pushed everybody all around on both sides of the ball. You have a few individuals that stick out to where you can hang your hat on because that's all we have left. But outside of those few players, organizationally, you are ass. You're a failure. You're fraudulent. You look like you have no business being on any football field professionally in the NFL, including your own. That was an embarrassing performance today. And quite frankly, I've come accustomed to expecting that level of performance game in and game out. The team is despondent. Half of them look like they don't even want to be out there. They're not motivated. What do they have to play for right now? And it's only a matter of time before Jets demands a trade. They're weak. They're soft. They're fraudulent. All game long, they got bullied today by the Packers, got pushed around. Going to the defense, can't tackle worth a damn. That's been a problem all season long. But Max Brosmer, I think he does deserve an opportunity, but the Vikings don't deserve him because I don't want to see KOC get the opportunity to ruin this guy. He doesn't. He doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, let's get to KOC for a second. Oh my God, specifically. I think it was the first 2 drives, man. It was that first drive after you were running the ball effectively. You ran the ball pretty well today when you committed to the run. And it was to the point where it's like, okay, KOC learned his lesson as far as the way he switched up against the Chicago Bears, even in a loss. They had a well-balanced attack. And special teams really just gave that up at the end. But running and then passing, limiting those opportunities for JJ to mess up, more so helping him, giving him that Michigan type of offense that he had in college with Jim Harbaugh, where the running backs, they're doing damage and then setting up JJ McCarthy for the easy plays. That first drive, they committed to the run, and after a 15-yard play, a 15-yard throw and catch to Justin Jefferson, what did KOC do? Pass, pass, pass. And you got 3 points out of it, but the drive was essentially over. So it's like one of those things where you just can't help yourself. And then I think this was the second drive, or I can't remember. I know it was in the first half. 3rd and 1 in the red zone. You are moving and grooving offensively. 3rd and 1. This dude, y'all remember the Cincinnati game a couple of years ago? I talked about this on the live stream where Brandon Powell was the push man on the tush push play. And I think they lost that game. I know they lost that game, but it was on the road at Cincy, I believe against Jake Browning, which is why he said, you shouldn't have cut me. You shouldn't have cut me, whatever. Brandon Powell was the push man on back-to-back QB sneaks. 3rd and 1. Instead of just running the football, and I'm talking about just hand the damn football off to either Aaron Jones or Jordan Mason, you get a new set of downs and you're getting closer and closer to possibly scoring a touchdown. 3rd and 1, KOC had TJ Hawkinson take a direct snap and it got stuffed. And then on 4th and 1, went for it again. This time just a regular handoff to Jordan Mason, but by then the Packers knew. Defensively, they knew that you were desperate and they committed all in on the run without an ounce of maybe this could be a pass. You ruined that drive and it ended up being a turnover on downs. You are such an awful play caller. The media, let me tell you something right now. Everybody else for years have been talking about how much of a mastermind you are offensively. You're a fraud. I would say that you're the worst play caller in all of football. Facts. Anybody that wants to say, oh, I'll take him in a heartbeat, you can have him for free. The hell are we talking about now? And then you get to the defense, can't tackle, got beat up physically. This video is brought to you by Sleeper. New customers at Sleeper, daily fantasy users, sign up today, get a free $20 entry with no deposit required. You make a deposit if you choose to go that route. Get a 100% match up to $100 using the promo code Randy. Terms and conditions do apply. Check out Sleeper today. But going back to the last video I did before the live stream watch party where I talked about JJ's timeline, I believe the Vikings are going to let it run through its rookie contract. But it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Quite frankly, the way they are now, this team, this organization is not just a quarterback away. They have so many issues. Matt Daniels needs to be fired. I would say clearly KOC as a play caller, you're not going to change. You're definitely not changing your ways, especially how good of a job you did last week against Chicago to reverting back to the shitty play caller that you've always been in today's game against the Packers. And if you're not going to relinquish that because of pride and I can do this, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, I'm not doing a good enough job, then you should be fired too. The front office, we had Jim Harbaugh in the building, but let him go because vibes, culture, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, you don't fit our culture good enough. And then turned around and hired Ryan Grigson to be part of his front office. Okay, so we got the vibes, we got the culture, but as far as the football, we ain't shit. There's so many problems in this organization that they need to do some serious soul searching. You are a laughingstock right now. Nobody respects you at all. You saw the Packers players, they did the skull chant in the end zone at one point. Fans are pissed off. Like, what are we doing here? Who's going to say something? You know what the fact is, this front office, this coaching staff is full of con artist salesmen with yes men to follow and yes women to follow, not to be sexist. Everybody that works in the coaching staff, in the front office, con artists, the leaders, con artists, and yes men / women. A joke. The whole lot of you. This team sucks. And it's depressing. It's a damn shame. These fans, they go out to that stadium or they tune in religiously because they love this team. And they do a better job of trying to get this team motivated and being there to support their team than this team supports themselves. You're a joke, an absolute joke. Keep doing the same shit you've been doing. KOC, you want to play call these dumbass plays, go ahead and do it. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, you want to keep fucking up draft pick after draft pick, go ahead and do it. Because you're not going to change anything. You know what? I will say this in their defense, Kwesi and KOC. They have done a really good job at providing grade A excellent word salad. Because that's all they can do. They can't do shit else but give you word salad and try to dance and explain their way with these big giant words, elusivity, whatever the fuck else they say. But when it comes to playing football, they are at the bottom of this league. We'll see you next time.